Hello friends, welcome to Technique. This is Nirmal here, and in this video we're gonna do a detailed review of the latest smartphone from Poco in India, the Poco M2 Pro. So we have done a lot of videos on the Poco M2 Pro, the new launch in the sub 15k price segment. The device retails for a price starting at 13,999 and it is quite similar to what the Redmi Note 9 offers. In fact, the Redmi Note 9 Pro offers, but there are certain differences as well. So how good is the device for this price segment? That's what we are going to do in this detailed review. So if this is your first time on this channel, do hit that subscribe button and also hit the bell icon to get notified of all the videos we publish. Now coming back to the Poco M2 Pro. So Poco as a brand, we all know that it came into existence in 2018 with the launch of Poco F1. Then after a long break, they launched the Poco X2 as an independent brand in February. So Poco X2 was the second device, which was again really popular device in the sub 20k price segment. Now Poco M2 Pro is their third device, which is again more affordable below the 15,000 price segment. So now talking about the device, first let's have a look at the hardware offered. Now in terms of the design aspect, you can see that the design looks quite similar to what we are seeing on the Redmi Note 9 Pro and the Pro Max. The back panel design, the camera unit all looks the same, but there is a minor difference here. You can see the back panel has a pattern and a dual kind of color finish, which adds to certain amount of distinction with the Redmi Note 9 Pro, but more or less it looks exactly the same in terms of the other aspect. The power button and the fingerprint scanner integrated, the volume rocker keys, the SIM tray, the dedicated SD card slot. Then you get the 3.5mm audio jack, the USB Type-C port, the speaker unit, the IR blaster. So in all aspects it looks quite similar to the Redmi Note 9 Pro and the Pro Max. So there are certain differences in the back panel, otherwise it's more or less looking same as the Redmi Note 9 Pro. Now looking at the design aspect, we feel this is kind of slightly bulky device. It's 6.67 inches, so you can see that it's a more or less bigger device, and the weight is also slightly on the higher side considering that this is completely glass and has a 5000 mAh capacity battery. But over a period of usage, we feel this is not a major issue. In fact, if you use the device for the first time, you might feel that this is kind of heavy device, but over a period of usage, you will feel more comfortable, especially the placement of the fingerprint scanner is again very good. Now moving on to the build quality, again a very premium build, full glass finishing, and looks really premium, and for the price segment it is definitely great build quality overall. We don't have any sort of complaints here. Now moving on to the display. Now this device comes with, as I said before, 6.67 inches of full HD plus resolution display, and this has the Gorilla Glass 5 protection on the display. It's an IPS LCD panel, and many of you have asked us, is it an AMOLED panel or how is the refresh rate? So it's not an AMOLED panel, it's an IPS LCD panel, and the refresh rate is just 60 Hz. It's not a 90 or 120 Hz refresh rate. But is it a drawback for the device? We won't say it's a drawback, because on IPS panel 60 and 90 Hz doesn't make much of a difference unless it's an AMOLED panel. So you don't actually feel the difference between a 90 and a 60 Hz, especially on a budget IPS LCD panel. So if you go up to the higher price segment, it might make a difference, but more difference is felt if you are having an AMOLED panel. So you don't actually feel much of a difference here. Now talking about the display quality, as such we see that the display is really good. It's crisp, sharp, and it's also vibrant display. The brightness levels are also pretty good. Even outdoor visibility wasn't an issue on this device. So display is definitely good on this device. Now moving on to the software. So this is one area where a lot of questions we have got regarding this device. So this device runs on the MIUI for Poco on top of Android 10 and MIUI 11 version. Now many of you have asked us regarding the privacy concerns, the ads. So as of now we don't have any ads on this UI. We have done a dedicated video on that. So you can check out that video where we have shown comparison with the Redmi Note 9 Pro, where there were ads, and the Poco for the MIUI for Poco does not have any sort of ads. Now the software experience is really good. It's very smooth experience, no lags, and MIUI offers a lot of options. And one app which is probably annoying, we would say, is Get Apps on the App Store from Xiaomi. What you can do is you can turn off all the notification for Get Apps. So once you're done that, you don't see any sort of notifications, ads or anything on the MIUI for Poco. So that's something which is really good compared to the Redmi Note 9 Pro. Now the UI is smooth and offers plethora of options, so you already know how good the MIUI is in terms of features being offered. Now talking about the performance, so this device comes with a Qualcomm Snapdragon 720G octa-core processor, the same processor which we have seen on the Realme 6 Pro, Redmi Note 9 Pro, Redmi Note 9 Pro Max. So all of these devices did have really great performance, and so is the case with the Poco M2 Pro. The performance is smooth, no lags whatsoever. The app's performance is again good, it was really fast. The memory management is also pretty good, except for one or two apps in Speed Touch. All the apps are retained in the memory, so memory management is also good. So overall the experience of Poco M2 Pro with regards to performance is really good. In day-to-day experience, hardly any issues we felt. Now gaming experience is again good. It's more or less smooth experience, but you don't get the high-end graphics like the Helio G90T on the Realme 6 or the Redmi Note 8 Pro. So you don't get that kind of graphics, but still for the graphics available, it's did a pretty good job, and there is no heating issues, and the battery drain also was quite okay. Now fingerprint scanner performance is again good. We have a side mounted fingerprint scanner and it's very fast in unlocking. So that's one thing which is very good. The fingerprint scanner performance is very fast, and even the face unlock, we have done a dedicated video on that too. Now call quality, now the device has VoLTE as well as voice over Wi-Fi, so no issues in that front. We have tested with Jio and Idea network. We did not see any sort of issues, and the signal strength was really good. Now the speaker performance is kind of okay, not bad, but again not the loudest out there, but still it's kind of acceptable for the price segment. Now moving on to the cameras. So this device has a quad camera setup. We have a 48 megapixel Samsung's GM2 sensor, an 8 megapixel ultra wide angle camera, a 2 megapixel depth sensor, and a 5 megapixel macro sensor. Now we have done a detailed camera review of this device, found the camera to be quite good in the daylight conditions, good details offered, the sharpness levels are good, detailing looks good, although at times we felt that the colors were slightly vivid, and especially in close-up shots the images were a tad saturated, but again not a major issue though, because some people even actually like saturated images, but it did have some saturation issues at times. Now there is also macro sensor, which again did a decent job. The portraits were really good, that's one of the important aspects. Now the low light experience was kind of okayish, I would say. It's not the best out there. Probably it can be improved a bit, but again at 13,999 pricing, we are probably expecting a lot, but then as such the low light performance is kind of average, we would say. You could see some noise creeping in, and the selfie experience is definitely good. Unlike the Poco X2, the selfie experience was definitely good, and the details, sharpness levels were pretty good on the Poco M2 Pro. So overall, if you look at the camera, except for the low light experience, it is kind of above average camera. We don't have any major issues though. We have done a detailed camera review, you can also check out that video. Now finally moving on to the battery. So the phone has a 5000 mAh capacity battery, and it supports 33 watt fast charging. That's something which is good because it charges the device in around less than 75 minutes. Around 70 to 75 minutes it charges. The complete 5000 mAh is charged in that time. That's something which is really good. And the battery performance is also stellar. You can easily get over 8 hours of screen on time with the battery, so that's an average. It depends upon person to person because the apps will vary. So on average you can easily get over 9 hours of screen on time, and if you're a light user you can go almost like 10 hours. So that's something which we found on the Poco M2 Pro. So now summing up, how good is the Poco M2 Pro at 13,999 pricing? Now if you look at the pricing of other devices like the Realme 6, which is now retailing for 14,999, the Redmi Note 9 Pro is retailing for 14,999, the Redmi Note 9 Pro Max is at 16,500, the Poco X2 is above 17,000, the Realme 6 Pro is also above 17,000. Now at 13,999 we feel this is a great value. 33 watt fast charger, great battery life, good display, good overall experience, good performance, great looking smartphone, good build quality as well. The camera performance is again quite decent, even though the low light could have been better. So at 13,999, we don't see much of issues here. Now if you look at the cons, we don't see any major cons, though. As I said before, the low light performance could have been tad better, and apart from that, we can actually list that it does not have 90 Hz, but that's not a major issue as such. But still, if you want to list as a con, you can say that there is no 90 Hz. That's one of the other aspects of the Poco M2 Pro. But otherwise, we feel it's a really great package at 13,999 pricing, and probably one of the best value for money device out there, even though it has a resemblance to the Redmi Note 9 Pro. At 13,999 pricing, this device offers a great value. So that was the detailed review of the Poco M2 Pro. So we definitely recommend this device. Anyone looking for a device below the 15K price segment, it's definitely recommended from Technique. So that's it for this video. This is Nirmal signing off. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.